Can you
Awesome.
hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Sweet. Yeah, I don't know what the turnout's going to be like today. Trish joined a second ago. We've got another guy. Um, I think his name is Caleb joining here in a minute. Um, really slick product. Have you heard about Premium Lock?
Me?
Yes. Oh, we got Chris too. Okay. It is basically a product that you can sell to your insureds that will guarantee that their home premium or their insurance premium doesn't change. And if it does change, they'll pay the difference. So he's coming on to like explain how it works. Chris, what's up, man?
Yeah, I just will jump on I got a meeting with a client at 3, but I was like, oh, let me just jump in there real quick to say hello to everybody.
Good stuff, man. You're just hustling.
Yeah, I have one marketing call after another today. Then I'm building out a bunch of PDF files right now on AI search and how to use it in your agency.
That's cool. Dude, I've been a vibe coding
Dude,
fiend
don't get don't
for the
get
past week.
don't bring it up. I'm just have you installed the Claude desktop app?
No, somebody told me about that last week, and
Yes.
also Claude Bot is apparently
No,
nuts.
stay away from Claude Bot.
You don't like it?
No, I won't put it on my computer because it basically can take your computer over. Any personal information you have, it has access to it.
I did know that.
That's why everybody's buying a Mac Mini and putting
Yep.
it on there. So what I go into Claude, install the Claude desktop. If you have the paid version, you can access the co-work. So Claude's more secure, but it can access certain files on your computer. So like it can go and look at my stuff in ClickUp. It can look at my stuff in HubSpot. I just wrote 30 blogs for the state of Ohio in 2 hours using my own data.
That's really cool.
For my team to review that basically now they have got the entire state of Ohio done for the next 3 months.
That's wild. I
But it
just
used my
built,
data based on deals we had won, deals we had lost, zip codes, premiums, you name it.
right. That's slick. I just built COI Genie. So I bought COIGenie.com, but
Yep.
essentially you can go in here, create a new certificate, put in the company name, continue to policies, and then you'll upload the deck page, any required contracts, etc. And
Yep.
then it will actually spit out the certificate of insurance for you and tell you if you're compliant based
So
on,
it's almost like what Kara's doing.
yeah, basically. So I
Yeah.
know that Kara
Without
has
the
a
bill.
feature of that, but
It does,
Kara's
but their
like,
bill's through the roof. I'm
yeah, it's
getting
like
ready to
six
cancel
hundred
it.
bucks a month. And
It
I
is. And
was,
I just use the phone. But
yeah,
what I'm doing is I've actually got my developer who is finishing up his phone system, and we're switching to that when he has it ready, when I'm done with my Kara contract, because I don't use the other stuff with Kara. I just use the phone system.
exactly. So
So I've had
that's
like
what I
three
was
agents
thinking.
reach out to me because they charge like $100 a month for the phone system. It's like dirt cheap.
Yep. That's what, so I built out Ava, which is an AI
Yep.
answering receptionist, was
Yep.
planning on doing $100 a month. COI Genie, I was going to do $100 a month, like all these different tools and just make them super low cost. I feel
Yep.
like a lot of agents are just kind
Or
of
what
getting
I would
screwed by
do is
stuff.
create what I call a lobby. You pay one price in the lobby, and you can go down these different hallways, and you get access to all of them.
That's cool. I like that.
See, that I think would be a great idea. The
So my,
certificate of insurance help is going to be wonderful. I mean, I have two that I have to do right now. I don't do certificates that much to justify the cost.
I get it. My
Hey, there's a
plan
service.
was,
I can't remember the name of it. Cody Hawk could probably tell you. It's easy something, and they charge you by COI.
oh, that's cool.
I think they charge like $15 or so. I can't remember what it is.
My plan was to make Agency OS charge 247 a month, and you get access to all of our documents and tools inside of it.
Sounds like you're
Um,
building it on Go High Level.
Almost, but it's all like very specific tools. But I
Yeah.
use high level, so I mean, I guess we could
I'm
include it.
building. I'm basically building one out for insurance now and Go High Level, almost like an agent CRM, but it's going to
Yep.
be built on my framework from endless customers and story brands.
Tell you what, Alex Branding has crushed it. So
He has, but his is a little different. His is more based on the CRM. Mine's really based more on building the right customer journey.
we get that.
You don't need more leads. You just need to close the leads the right way.
Yeah, 100%.
So
I
they
think
always need to
that's
know
the
that they're in
biggest
the
thing.
right place and that you're reading their mind all the time.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
So, Caleb, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Doing well, can't complain. Yeah, a lot of our regulars are at Indie Tech today. We didn't think about that whenever Brandon scheduled you on today. So I've had a lot of agents ask me to record this call. So I've got
Okay.
it recording now. And so we will make sure we send this to everybody. Um, and then outside of that, yeah, we can potentially have you on again here sometime in the near future. So I'll give it another couple minutes to let agents join in, and then we'll kind of go from there.
That's good with me. Did any of you guys get hit by the snow apocalypse?
All of us did.
Yeah.
Hey,
In
Tyler,
Florida.
I was moving out of a storage yesterday into a new office, and I turned around and my nephew's on the ground. He slipped on ice because of the spouts had shot water and it froze. And he said, Chris, why are you taking a picture of me? And I said, because I'm going to send it to one of our clients to use in their workers' comp or on their liability. I said, are you kidding me, Jacob? This is perfect content.
That's funny.
I said, can you
Yeah,
fall again and I can get it on video?
that's funny. Yeah, yesterday my wife came in and she was like, "Babe, we got a problem." I was like, "Uh-oh, what's going on?" She's like, "Water won't work." And because I just built a house earlier this year and I was like, I don't know what's going on. So I went and looked under the crawl space. Anything that was like near an exterior wall, I had insulated, so we were good there. And so everything was fine under the house because I've got part of my house crawl space, part of it's basement. And so then I went out to the road, and the guys that dug slash buried my water pipe buried it all the way except for about 3 feet at my house to where it connects at the road, and it was completely exposed with just blocks of ice sitting on top of it. So, took the ice
Oh,
off, covered it with dirt, waited 4 or 5 hours, and then we were fine after that. But just contractors, man, you love them.
oh, yeah. Don't get me started because we built our house almost 7 years ago, and this. If my wife went, she designed the house too. If she wouldn't have paid attention, there was like two, like my son's play area had just like had a window on the side, and they had that completely blocked off to where there was going to be no window. And she's like, "What's no? What are you guys doing?" Like
Yep.
the GC was great, but he's like, it's like I told these guys like, and it cost him like another $5,000 because they had to go back and redo things that they didn't follow the blueprints the way they were supposed to be. So, but if we wouldn't have caught them, like they would have been finished with the house.
Yep. That's a mess. It's
Yeah,
such a headache. Yeah, you got to
yeah,
stay on top of them.
yep, for sure.
So cool. Well, man, do you want to kick us off? I know we've got a few agents
Yeah,
in here.
yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what all you got going on.
Yeah, so I work for Eventual. That's the company name, but we actually have a product. It's called Premium Lock. So we basically offer a 3-year price guarantee for home insurance clients, HO and DP form clients. So all of your landlord or your investor clients with rental properties, that kind of stuff too. So, the last 3 to 4 years, the market has just been insane. Like you know, clients having the norm was 40-50% increases, and that was just standard. Like if you were one of the bad ones, you had 100-150% increase on what your premium was from one year to the next. So it's just the volatility of all this stuff was just crazy for clients. So that's my CEO created our company 3 years ago in 23 because he came from Blackstone commercial real. Most people know they're if they're not the largest, they're one of the largest commercial investment clientele in the world. So his portfolio was just killing him every year with his premium increases on his insurance. So he created our company to solve the problem. So basically how it works is we're not another home insurance carrier. We're not an actual insurance product. We're a guarantee, much like a warranty. So we basically, the agents go in and they just put in the 6 underwriting questions in our agent portal. And all it is it's the client's address, who their carrier is, their premium, their coverage A, their all perils deductible, and their renewal date. And then based off of that stuff, we put a predictive model on where we think their premium is going to be over the next 3 years. And that's where we set the payout threshold at. So like say clients paying $2,000, these are arbitrary numbers, but just so you get a vision of it, client's paying $2,000. We say, hey, we don't think your premium is going to go above 2,300 for the next 3 years. So that's what we set the payout threshold at. So if at any point in the next 3 years their premium goes above the payout threshold, we reimburse the clients directly. So that's how it works. And you guys, from an agent standpoint, it's very low time cost too, because it takes 30 seconds to quote and bind. And all you guys do is upload the deck page whenever you guys bind our product. And then once a year at renewal, you upload the deck page, because that's our source of truth for everything. So that's all you guys have to do. So it's very low time cost. But it solves some of the biggest problems agencies are dealing with right now, because, everybody's wanting to close. They want their new business ratios to increase. They want their retention ratios to go up, because they've all taken a hit over the last 3 to 4 years. But then the other big thing is all of these agents, they're reshopping like crazy, and they have been for 3 or 4 years. And they're just, you're having to work twice as hard to make half as much. And so
Right.
because of our product, far less clients are reshopping. So then you don't have to reshop X amount of hours every single week that you can divert to other avenues of your business to grow it. And then on top of that, because of this product, it's an ancillary product, yes, but it's really what it's doing is it's a new marketing tool that's going to help increase your retention ratios, your new business close ratios, and cutting your reshop times because of what our product does for the clients. So there's obviously commission involved too, but our product's a pretty low price point from a monthly to the yearly standpoint. It's a few $100 for a year in general for most clients. So you're not getting rich off our products. There are commissions, but that's the commission side of it's not the value in our product. It's what it's doing for your guys' agency internally with those things that I mentioned on it. So some of the things about it is we're admitted lines only. We don't do E&S. It's just way too volatile of a market. But we don't care. We're carrier agnostic, so we don't care who the carrier is, as long as they're admitted. And the client can actually move our product with them if they go to another carrier without having to reset the 3-year term, which is a nice piece. And then it's also claims agnostic. So,
Wow.
even if our product's in place and the client has a claim with their underlying carrier while our product's in place, I think we all know that client's going to take a pretty hefty premium increase. So even if that's the reason why we pay out, it's perfectly acceptable with us. So, which is a very client-friendly aspect of our product. So, and then we got monthly and yearly paying full options with it. The other big thing, like everybody always asks, what are the exclusions or the exceptions with it? So if you or the clients make any material changes to the underlying policy that is going to, basically artificially inflate the premium, it's not that you can't have our product. It's just you upload the new deck page when you do that. And then we just, on our end, you guys don't even have to cancel rewrite. We just re-underwrite it and then set a new 3-year term based off of that new underwriting guidelines when you made the changes. If it's carrier enforced, though, you don't have to reset the 3-year term. It's acceptable even if it's creating a payout for the client. So, because a lot of carriers, they have 3 to 5% inflation guard, construction costs, whatever it is, or they may make changes because they do a post inspection or something, and they say, hey, you're undercovered. You need to move your coverage A up to 500 from 400, whatever. Anything like that that's carrier enforced, you don't have to reset a 3-year term. It's perfectly acceptable with our products. So, I saw, Joyce. Yeah, we're in all 50 states, Joyce. So you can sell this to any client, any state in the country. And because we're a guarantee, not an actual insurance product, you don't have to have your non-res either. So, you don't have to be the AOR either, which is really nice. That's a little bit harder because you still have to have the deck page to upload, but you got a State Farm client, you can use this to get that hook in the fish to try and win them over with. So, this is more like it happened. I've got some agents in California that, they're friends with the State Farm guy, but State Farm, they want to keep their clients. So they're just sending all of their clients over to their buddy. He's like, hey, quote every single one of them. He's not trying to steal them. He just wants to sell them this product. So he's like, hey, sell every single one of them. So that way I can try and keep them in-house and they're not going to leave me and go to the E&S market or go somewhere else because State Farm isn't doing a whole lot of business in California. So, you guys set your own commissions too with this product. So, It's completely up to you guys every time you quote it what you want it at. We also have a rewards point system too on top of the commissions. It's kind of geared more towards the individual agents within the agency so they can get some extra money. So that's kind of like the whole rundown of it. So I see Hollynn's on here. She's actually already set up an appointment with us and she's quoted quite a bit. So
That's sweet. Tell me about, all right, so I know you mentioned if they have to switch carriers, it
yeah,
does not reset the 3 year.
as long as it's admitted in same form to same form. So like you move them from Safeco to Travelers on an HO3 form, you don't reset the 3-year term. So even if like let's say they get canceled or non-renewed with Safeco and you have to move them to Travelers and say they're paying 3,500 with Safeco and your next best option was Travelers at 4,000, that's perfectly acceptable. So I will say with that, like we haven't had any issues with it, but if we do see that like agents are trying to roll over a whole book to another carrier, then we would probably put the kibosh on that. Because like it's fine if you're moving to another carrier, even if the premium goes up for whatever reason, and even if that's the trigger point to get a payout. But if we notice that, like, hey, you moved over 150 clients from Safeco to Travelers or Progressive to Travelers, like, we're not dumb. Like, I'm a licensed agent. I know you're doing that to roll over a book because you want those retention bonuses and everything at the end of the year and all that kind of stuff. So, but like the one-offs, that's perfectly acceptable. So that's a really nice aspect too, because you still have clients that get canceled or non-renewed and you don't want to have to reset the 3-year terms. So it's very client favorable on that aspect of it.
That's sweet. Agents that are having success selling with you guys, what does their marketing look like? Are they just reaching out to all clients at renewal, offering this, or what are you seeing that's really working?
Yeah, what's really working, our best practices is we have a 2-line word script that's actually in the quoting page. On average, for the majority of our agents, they're closing this at a 20 to 40% clip. If they use the word script, we also have the document of it, but also like they're getting the quotes beforehand so that they have everything ready and they're offering this as part of like the home bundle. It's not trying to sell it like calling them back the next day. Oh, I forgot about this. I've got this other one. It's like, hey, your premium's probably going to go up no matter which carrier you're with. I want to get this locked in place so that we know over the next 3 years it's not going to go above this. Do you want to get this locked in as well with your home insurance? It's going to be $20 a month or $250 a year. So the average price point on this is roughly $20 a month or whatever that breaks out to, like $250 a year. So that's the average price point. Your higher end clients that are paying 8, 9, 10 grand a year on premium, they're going to pay a little bit more. But your blue collar average client that's paying in the 2 to 6,000 range, that's the average price point is 7 to 30-ish bucks a month for our product. So,
That's awesome.
but that's what's worked really well is they're getting the quotes ready. You know, every agency is different on their sales process. I don't know a whole lot of them anymore that try and do the one call close on everything. You know, they usually talk to the clients and they get all of their information ready and then they call them back within 24 to 48 hours. And so when they're going back through, when they do the final follow-up call, they just say, hey, here's what your home insurance is going to be. You know, we recommend that you add premium lock with us as well, so you get your price locked in for the next 3 years. Do you want to do that? It's simple two-line word script. And if they say yes, don't say anything else. Just shut up and get the information.
Yep. That's cool. That's really neat. What are you, I know during the hard market, I'm in South Carolina, our average increase was like 18% across the board.
Yeah.
What is y'all's metrics or your acceptable parameters? What's the average increase percent that it allows before it starts paying out?
Yeah, so the lowest it goes, I forgot on the bottom end, but I think the lowest it goes, it's between like 8 and 28% is like that payout threshold buffer zone. So, based off of what their current premium is. So, but you know, if you look at the compounding effect, our product's actually designed to where the vast majority of clients are going to get a good payout by year 3. Even a decent chunk will get payouts at year 2. The vast majority aren't getting payouts at year 1. They're the kind of the exceptions, the one that take the 40% premium increases still, or, you know, they filed a claim last year, so their premium took a drastic jump. So those are the kind of clients that would get payouts at year one. But if they're following the national right now, the national average is 13% premium increase. I know Oklahoma, what was Oklahoma? I think it was like 14%, but California is like hovering around the low 20s. So it just varies. But most of the states in the country right now are in that 11 to 15% right now. And this is the most recent data from like in December. So there, I'm not going to argue with you. Everybody is right. The market is starting to decelerate, but it's not a soft market yet, unless you're in like parts of Florida. Like Florida is like ahead of the curve, and there's some other areas of the country that are a little bit. But like even in general, one of my best-selling agents is in Florida, where they are actually seeing a decent chunk of their clients having premium reductions, but they're saying that they're still using this product like, hey, the last 5 years has been insane. That doesn't mean that, you know, with inflation and everything, you're still going to have premium increases year over year anyways. They're just trying to win back the market rate right now. So, you know, next year, this is probably still going to jump up. So, like, let's get this product in place so that we've got you protected over the next 3 years.
That's cool. I like that. Yeah, that's neat. Because again, it's just kind of insurance against your premium. It can go down or it can go up. Let's protect the up. So that's neat. What are some other questions agents usually ask that we may not think of, or what are some questions you hear that you're
like one of the things, and Holland, go ahead. I see you got your hand up.
Well, no, go ahead and answer Tyler first. I'll wait.
Okay, yeah. One of the things is like a lot of agents ask like, hey, what happens at the end of the 3 years? And again, it's literally like a couple minutes of your time once a year is all you guys have to do, is because at the end of 3 years, you guys, the deck pages are a source of truth. So at year 3, when you upload that final renewal one, we just re-underwrite them based off of those new terms, and we re-enroll them into another 3-year plan. The clients actually have to check a box to opt out of it. So if they don't opt out, we just re-enroll them into another 3-year plan.
That's cool.
So my question is, we're kind of we're a niche market, kind of like Florida. We kind of we're so many carriers are starting to come back now. We're starting to get a lot of competition, which of course with competition, you start to see rates start to go down. We're constantly having to reach up our clients. My question is, how often are y'all adjusting not just the rates for the product, but also where that cap has to be?
Yeah.
One of the problems that we're having, like you said, we're quoting this quite a bit, but people aren't grabbing because the cap is actually so high that where we are right now, and I think where their hesitation is, well, we're not going to see that cap, which means we're not going to get our return back.
Yeah.
Because they're either getting requoted or rewriting their policies, or they don't see where it's going to have an increase unless we have another disaster, knocking on wood here. Because now we're starting to become a little bit more stable in our rates. So how often do y'all look at this to see where y'all can adjust that cap over the 3-year timeline, or your premiums for how much it's costing? Because where we are, it's not just $20. Where we are, it's more in the $35 to $45, $50 a month.
Yep.
And then they have that cap, which they're saying, well, we're not going to see that cap anyways, because we're just going to rewrite it with all the new carriers that are coming in.
Yep. No, Holland makes a great point. This product works for, I would say, in outside of like your niche markets, which Holland is a little bit different because she's there in the Gulf, you know. And it just is. But like for the vast majority of clients across the country, like it does make a lot of sense, but you do have the exceptions to the rules. So like some of your Gulf areas, like Texas is a kind of a crazy market too, because like I have an agent right now in Texas. It's sold like probably a half a dozen of these in the first month. But their average price point is like $50 a month for it. But pricing wise, to answer it though, like it's dynamic. So it changes every single month, because every month we look at like state by state level what the premium increases were from a statewide level. And then we also look at the carrier volatility or lack thereof, what carriers are taking premium increases, what that average number is in that state. which ones are taking the significant ones, which ones aren't taking ones, which ones are trying to win more of the market share so that their premium increases are very little to any. So we take into effect all of those things. So like if you quoted a client today and you requoted him, 30 days from now or 60 days from now, that price is most likely not going to be the same. And the cap probably isn't going to be the same either, because we take all of those things into effect. Like Florida, for example, too, one of our agents, because they live in one of the areas where probably a quarter to half of their clients have seen premium decreases actually this year at renewals over the last few months. But their payout threshold cap is only like $300 or $400 above what their current premium is. So they're selling this as, hey, like I know we actually saved you money on your home insurance, but there's a very good chance over the next 3 years you're still going to take pretty decent premium increases just because the way insurance works and the way inflation is. So they're using that as the tool too to sell it, and it's like, hey, your cap right now is pretty low. So I think that answered the majority of that. If I didn't answer all of that, Holland, let me know and I'll do my best to answer
No,
more of it.
you answered my question. It can fluctuate
Yeah.
depending on when we quote it. Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
And our quotes are only good for 30 days because like we look month after month, every single month from a state by state level, even carrier level, like where the volatility is, what those premium increases look like. So our quotes are only good for 30 days because of that, because it's going to change every single month.
And I have one more question for you. I'm really sorry.
No, you're good.
Did y'all make a change to how the quotes are looking, especially if you look
Yes.
at the quote online? I like
Yes.
the old way where it gives that really nice breakdown. Is there a way to get that back? Where if we
Well,
send it to the customer and they look at it online where it has the prediction? I love
Well,
that
we still have
feature.
that on there. We just changed like how it flowed on the agent dashboard, because we have that sliding scale where you can show the clients like the actual chart graph on where their premium has to go to get a payout. And you can even play with the sliding scale to see how little of a premium increase a client has to get before they get a payout from us.
Yeah, that feature was really nice. So if y'all have any pull to get that back, the I liked it. And it made it very understandable for the clients to see that too.
Here, I'm just making sure that we're on the same page. Am I able to share my screen?
I think you should be able to. If you
Okay.
hit share and you can't, it should request it with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
When we would send them the link instead of the PDF of it,
Yep.
we would recommend that they click the link so that they could actually see today and over the next 3 years and then see their payouts and everything. And so we would always recommend look at the website of it because they could see today over the next 3 years and they could see how they would get paid out and everything. And it made it very understandable for them as well without us having to verbalize everything. And it
Yep.
gave them a visual, is what I'm saying.
So I'm gonna do a quote here real quick. This to show you how easy this is. So I know Holland knows because she already is with us. But you just put in those 6 underwriting points and then it gives you the quote. And then right here you have your sliding scale to where you can choose as little or as much commission as you want. But then it shows you right here. So like my monthly fee would be $28.75 a month, or $316 for the year if I did yearly. And then my current premium is 3,300 and change. My payout threshold is 4,158. But then it's for the agent side right here. The clients don't see this yet, but on the agent side, when you're doing the quote, it even has the bar chart right here showing like, hey, in Arkansas, the compounding effect, if premium increases continue to go the way they are currently going right now, you're going to get a payout at year 2 of $1,000 and change, and at year 2 of $2,300. So that's what it shows. And then you even have the sliding scale to where you can play with it to show like, hey, here's how much my premium needs to increase year over year with the compounding effect before I get a payout. But then from the client side, just to make sure, because I want to make sure, because I don't think we took it away. We just redesigned our agent dashboard, Holland. So then to actually save the quote in your agent dashboard, you got to put in the client's name and their email, and then you save quote, and then it pops down here and it gives you the options from here. So you can download the PDF to send it to the clients. You can email them the quote. If you email it, it comes from our email. So if you want it to come from your agency email, you copy the link. Or you can actually purchase it for the clients right now. But if they get the email and they copy and they click on the link, this is what they see. So they click on the link and it says, hey, your premium lock will cost $316 for the year. We'll reimburse you for any premiums that exceed $41.57 over the next 3 years. And if they want to check out, they just hit check out. But if they want to see more details on the product, they themselves can click on see how it works. And it's got like a 1, 2, 3, 4 step explaining it to them. And then it has the chart graph here as well, giving them the breakdown and the sliding scale on things too, so that they can play with it as well to see like how much their premium has to increase over the next 3 years before they get a
That's what
payout.
changed. Before it was
Yeah.
just a set diagram,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
what changed.
Yeah.
Okay.
We see about getting appointed with you.
Yeah. Just reach out to me and let's schedule a meeting. So it's,
Okay. I'll do it on your website.
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty, and it's very, very easy.
It is. So,
Being in Florida, it's something that I think will benefit my insureds a lot, especially my personal homes.
yep, for sure. So, but yeah, it's very simple. So like you guys have been on the call already. But I usually like onboarding. I usually meet with like the agency owner or the leadership and then go over the product and make sure it's a good fit with everybody. And then we just do like a full team onboarding. So we go through the product with them, we get logged into the dashboard, we go through and do a quote, and then you guys are off to the races from there. But actually, Joyce, just email me. I'm going to put my email here in the chat, but it's caleb@eventualclimate.com. Just shoot me an email and we can schedule some time to get the ball rolling with you
You
guys.
said that was Caleb?
Yep, CALEB @eventualclimate.com.
Yes, sir.
But then that's what that whole quote, the link looks like from the client side. But then if they're just ready to go while you're talking to them at point of sale, you just hit purchase for client from there. And then it just takes you to the payment portal where you put in their debit, credit, or ACH. And then you hit subscribe and then it's good to go from there. And then you just upload the deck page and then you're done. Then the only other thing you have to do that is at renewal. We send the agents agents and the clients a 30-day reminder 30 days out. Hey, renewal's coming up. Please upload the deck page. So you don't have to even keep track of it on your end in your AMS or CRM or anything. We notify you guys to, hey, it's time to upload the deck page. But that's awesome. That's kind of everything I've got on my end to show you guys. So like pick my brain if you've got other questions for me.
I'm fascinated. I'm curious how you guys make money in this model because it seems slick, but
yeah, we don't make a whole lot per product. Like it's the law of large numbers. So like we originally had our cap threshold set at just 10% across the board, and we realized we had ourselves open up to way too much risk. So like we went to the dynamic pricing on it. We wanted initially just to sell it to show proof of concept in the independent channel. So that's where we had it. And so like we realized though too from our data modeling and our risk modeling that we were opening ourselves up to a decent chunk of risk that was a little too risky. So now it's based off where they're located, who their carrier is, like, and what premiums look like in the state on average too. So
that's cool. That's sweet, man. I really appreciate it. This is awesome. Yeah. Does anybody else have any questions? No?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Well, like I said, Caleb, I appreciate this. I recorded this. I'm going to send out the recording to a lot of agents that are at Indy Tech or not able to make it today. So hopefully you will get a lot more agents reaching out.
Yeah, perfect. And if you guys want me to hop back on in a month or so from now or whatever, like I'd be more than happy to do it. So,
Okay.
but
Sweet.
yeah, I appreciate the time, y'all.
Yeah, man. Thank you so
Thank
much. I
you.
appreciate it.
Yep. Y'all
Thank
have a good
you.
one.
Take
You
care.
too.
All right.
Talk soon.
Bye.
Bye. Sweet. Well, I know we don't have a ton of people on today. Holland, did you get on a call with Matt Henry, the guy from Effie Zoom? Did y'all chat?
Nope. I went online. I did all of the things to request and everything, and I never heard back.
Let me reach out to him. Also, I know that we chatted about getting on another call. I've not been able to get Patrick to meet with me about ideas for implementing some of those pipeline changes because he's been preparing for Indie Tech too. If I had to guess, that's probably what happened with Matt. But I'm happy to do a call next week too. And if you want to just be in your system, I think we can make some of those changes. So your stuff, I mean, without going too far into it, I feel like tags can fix a lot of yours if you're automating how the leads come into the system. Like the
Leads are not
automation
my
makes sure the
issue,
tag's
though.
there every time. Go ahead.
Leads are not my issue.
Right. Well,
Service is
I'm
my
saying
issue.
actually managing the pipeline.
Okay. Well, I don't refer them to existing customers, not leads is only for new business. So
Right.
that's
Okay.
why
Well, managing the
I'll
existing
get
pipeline.
confused if you say leads. Leads is a whole different pipeline than my service pipeline.
Right. Right. I got you. I think I called it
Don't
leads because I
confuse
think
me more than I'm already confused, Tyler.
I think that it's called like your lead, but it may be called your client when it's on the service pipeline in Agency Zoom. But either way, like the actual customer file in there, um, just playing around with that. Because I just think y'all have too many pipelines for you personally to be trying to go through and manage and check on everything. Um, I've played around with some ideas. I really want Patrick to be able to help me. I've got those notes. What's your schedule like? Do you want to get on a call next week? I want to wait until I meet with
I will
Patrick
make
first.
time for you, okay?
Okay.
So don't ask me if I have time. That is never anything I have, but I will make time.
Okay. Well, I really do. I genuinely want to help you. So
And I genuinely
I'll text
appreciate it.
Patrick. Actually, I'm going to schedule a text to go out to him Monday morning because I know he's going to be gone. So I'm going to schedule it to go out Monday morning at 8 a.m. Hey, can you meet today to chat about pipelines?
Could I ask for us not to do it on a Monday though?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Mondays are our busiest days, and I swear the cuckoos come out on Mondays. Am I the only one that has this on Mondays? Mondays the cuckoos come out.
I feel like everybody's just kind of bent or like piled it up over the weekend. Yeah, I feel like I always get some odd stuff on Mondays.
Like our phones ring off the hook, text messages and emails flying in, and you never know what's going to happen. And I mean cuckoo, not just an influx of work, but I mean cuckoo stuff is on Mondays.
I get it. I hate
Like
it.
it's blocked on everybody's calendars. Nobody sees appointments. Nobody takes appointments or anything on Mondays in the agency. Point blank. Because
Jeez,
it's all hands on decks on Mondays.
that's funny. I know how it goes. I hate that. Well, while we're here, does anybody have anything y'all want to work on or chat through? Any headaches? If not, we can end it early. I hate that we didn't have a ton of people on this week, but we knew Brandon was going to be out of town, and then probably half of our people are at Indie Tech that usually show up. So we kind of expected it to be a light call today.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Who does everybody use for their phone systems, their VoIPs?
Um,
I
I
have
will.
Ring
s-
Central.
I will
I've used
say
Bridge in the
that
past.
from our VA clients, I see Ring Central probably being the most popular. I know that people I know that use Nerd phones are super happy. Nerd phone or Nerd phones. Ryan England uses them and is a big fan. Um, I've used Lightspeed, wasn't really a fan. A lot of our people now either use Go High Level, like in our CRM, it has a phone system, and then some of my team members just use Google Voice. Um, but most of ours is in Go High Level, which cost effectively, I think it's probably better to be with Ring Central.
Really?
I
We use
think,
Uma.
what was that? I'm sorry.
We use Uma.
Uma, I have heard of them. I've not played with them before though.
I've had Reek Central now, it'll be 2 years in July. And of course, we just got Agency Zoom. It's integrated with Agency Zoom. Um, we use it for our video calls and everything else. We have notes in there by teams and stuff like that. And the only reason I'm asking is I found with Agency Zoom, we go to make calls or send out texts, and it's almost like it's dropping our connection. We can't
Hmm.
seem to make our phone calls out of it. We keep having to reintegrate it. And I didn't know if that was a Ring Central issue or what, but um, I know there's a lot of different phone companies.
That's a big problem.
Yeah.
Because
So,
you're seeing, okay, thanks. Have a good one. Um, you're seeing all the calls that aren't going out for you guys. How many calls are people trying to make in that aren't working?
well, we all have the app downloaded on our computers for Ring Central, and we are
Yep.
having no issue there. It's the integration into Agency Zoom.
Oh.
If we
Okay.
go to call out of Agency Zoom or send a text message out of there, we're getting error. And that means that our integration with Agency Zoom is down and we have to reintegrate it.
Interesting.
And then, and I know this is just a little pet peeve of mine, but when you are able to make that phone call out, like you're calling a customer, you're in the customer center and you hit call, you can't do anything else in Agency Zoom on that screen for that customer, like look up activities and stuff. So you're talking to a customer about their account, you've called them out of Agency Zoom, you can't see any activities or anything because it takes you out of the phone call. So
That
it's
is,
kind of a pet peeve of mine because they're discussing their account. We need to be able to do things in their account, right?
yep. Yeah, no kidding.
And then um like when we had Bridge was great, except it was always going down on us. We always had a lot of downtime with Bridge. So that's why I got away from them and got Ring Central. But one thing I loved about Bridge is as soon as you were done with the phone call, it would pop up so you could make a notation on the customer's account
Right.
that integrated into AMS 360. But Ring Central doesn't do that in Agency Zoom. So it's just something I would like to see. That's why I'm asking, like, what different VoIPs are out there to maybe look into.
I know that if you've got a second, I can pop in the other breakout room and ask Lance how they do it. So Brandon's out today on the other breakout room. It says it's Brandon. It's Lance who runs Brandon's service department. I'm like 99% sure that they still use Ring Central at Rondon Insurance. I can ask him how they're currently making the calls. Or let me just see if I can get him to pop over in here. Let me jump in that breakout room and see if he's got a second.
Okay.
Lance, do you have 2 seconds?
Yeah, man, of course.
Question. Holland in the other room just asked, how do y'all use Ring Central, right?
I actually don't know.
Okay.
We have Lightspeed and is Ring Central the thing that like tracks the phone usage?
She was asking about the voice over IP. So you guys use Lightspeed?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you guys make calls through Agency Zoom? Like I know it integrates, right?
I think that it does, and I do have the ability to click the call button. Have avoided it since the beginning because I'm not sure how it
Okay.
would work exactly.
Fair enough. Okay. No worries. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks.
Yep.
I'm between
Oh,
Destin and
Destin,
Pensacola.
okay. I go out there. I used to go out there quite often.
Okay, I was wrong. He said that they use Lightspeed, and Lance said that they make the calls directly from the tool. They do not make the calls from Lightspeed. So I don't know if they're having those same issues or not. He makes the calls directly from the Lightspeed app. I don't know who I would chat with if that's if it's a Ring Central problem or an agency Zoom.
Okay. Yeah, we're now if we call out of the app, out of the Ring Central app, it does log that a call was made and says the duration of the call, but it doesn't have the phone recording. But if we call out of agency Zoom, it'll actually have the full phone call recording. Like you can listen to it out of Ring Central, which is nice. That's
Yeah,
why
no
I
kidding.
like to
That's
do
real
that.
nice.
But
Have you
like I
went
said,
through
if
the
we can't
chat?
always do it,
Have you went through the service chat with agency Zoom? Because it sounds like an integration problem. Something's not connecting right.
if I had to get on chat every time I have an issue, I would be on chat nonstop, Tyler. Now I do have somebody that does like all my research development when we have issues. She has gotten on with them before, and all that they do is say, well, whenever you have this issue, go here and reconnect. And that's all they just keep telling her. She's gotten
Yeah.
on with Ring Central, and they say, well, I see that you're connected. Notify us whenever it happens. Well, she only works part-time. She's a part-time employee.
Yeah, no kidding.
So we can only let her know. And I certainly do. Me and my staff, my team and I don't have time to sit there and do that every single time. We just go to reconnect. Everybody has the instructions to get reconnected.
I just put a post in Shop Talk asking who uses Ring Central and agency Zoom. Let me see if I get any hits. And if I do, I'll ask them and see how they currently do it. And I'll let you know what people say.
Okay. I
So
appreciate that.
hopefully I can get something.
Yeah, I mean, we're still learning agency Zoom, as you know. We've got bigger things to deal with, but I figured since we had a few minutes on here, I figured I would,
Yeah, no,
add.
that's perfect.
Trust me, that's one of the smaller issues.
I'm gonna send an email to Matt and to you connecting y'all. He usually responds really quick via email. I'm gonna see if I can't get him on like ASAP with you to help with those pipelines because he offered to do free consulting for people in the group. So we're gonna find out if he's really gonna do it. I think he should be able to help. He's a lot smarter than I am at some of that stuff. So
Yeah, I'm checking my junk folder right now. I wonder if he went into my junk. I even tried to do like those 10 free things.
uh-huh.
And then so I did it. And then it came up with all that questionnaire stuff to answer. And I got hit with major escalations that day, that Friday, and I never could go back and answer them.
I
It
get
was
it.
8:30 at night before I finished working, and my brain was nowhere near ready to wrap around that.
Fried.
So I didn't even get to do that.
I know how that goes.
But yeah, I've been slammed to the gills.
Well, I hope once you weather
Oh
this
wait, I've got an
storm.
email right here on the 14th from Matthew Henry. Oh heck. I do have an email from him. It's in my junk folder.
Okay,
I have
well,
got to get away from GoDaddy
you're
for my
you're in
email.
GoDaddy?
I have GoDaddy and it's horrible. A lot of my emails go to junk.
I moved all of
Mine
my
too.
stuff over. I've got it in G Suite running through Google's So I buy my domains. I used to buy through Bluehost. Now I buy them through Squarespace. Really doesn't make a whole lot of difference. Um,
Well, I
Colin,
looked into going through Microsoft directly
uh-huh.
because we all have to have Microsoft Office. But the maximum capacity for emails is, I think, 100 gigs. I have almost 200 gigs
Ooh,
on my emails. I have no way of going through and getting rid of anything right now. I don't have the time to do that.
right,
And I pay for that large capacity through GoDaddy on mine. I'm the only one that has this issue, by the way.
right.
But I've got 10 years of emails. I've never thrown away anything but marketing junk on my emails. I can't go through all of that. I've got 10 years of emails. Come the first, guys. 10 years in business.
Wow. No kidding.
Great
Congrats.
job.
Thank you. It's been a long 10 years. I'm ready for a vacation, y'all. You have no idea. 10 years without a true vacation, with no working at all on vacation. I've taken vacations, but
Jeez.
I've worked on every vacation I've ever gone on. Um, I'm ready for a vacation. I don't know when that's going to happen though.
I get that.
Um, but so I can't get rid of these emails. So that's why I can't switch over to Microsoft Office directly.
I get it. I don't know if there's
Yeah.
a better way to do that. There ought to be a way to migrate some of your stuff or at least save it. As long as you can save it and reference it, that's what you need. Um, I would love y'all's opinion on this. Holland, how many certificates do you have to send out?
Um, I've got clients that have between 400 and 500 certificates at renewals alone.
Okay, so
There's a
that's a
reason I
nightmare.
have AMS 360. Okay.
Right. I get it. This probably wouldn't be ideal for those because for that one, you want to create the master in AMS 360 and process it. My thoughts are I'm trying to make a tool that helps agents with COIs. So I literally made this today. So it is not perfect. So I would love thoughts from y'all on how to improve it. So COI Genie, can you see my screen?
I can.
Okay, so we've got the regular dashboard. These are certificates you process. So you would click new certificate, you would add the company name, like who is asking for the certificate. Continue to policies, you would upload the policy document. If they have a contract that, like, for example, it's a GC and they're bidding on a project and you need to submit the contract requirements, you submit it here, or you can type in the contract requirements, then certificate holder, and then generate certificate. And it will actually generate the Accord 25 processed, completely finished. And then for the contract stuff, it'll tell you if you're in compliance or if you're missing any documents. I also have a tab over here for compliance. So you can upload a certificate, upload the contract, or upload your policy docs, and it'll tell you if you're in compliance. What else do you think I could add to this to make it valuable to agents? Joyce, I know you said y'all don't do many of these. Um, I wanted to make
My
this good.
my agency is only like 10% commercial,
I get
but
it.
I'm just now, I've got 12 years experience doing personal. So I'm just tipping my toes into commercial and I only have a small handful. So I have an insured right now. He's looking for 2 certificates.
I
So
got
I got to get that done today.
Fair enough. Well, for you for today, ChatGPT ought to be able to help you. Um, as you put in the policy docs, it'll show you what fields to fill in on the certificate. But if you need any help, just reach out to me. Because filling
I did
out
not I did not know that ChatGPT could do that. I thought I had to do it through Easy Links.
So it will you'll fill out the actual COI in Easy Links, but if you're not sure which boxes to check or what to click, take your policy docs, upload it into ChatGPT, and give it a blank COI, an Accord 25, and it'll tell you exactly what to fill out.
Oh my goodness.
It's
Okay.
wild. It's mind blowing. So that's kind of what I did here with COI Genie, it just has a brain on the back end and it knows how to process stuff. This took me like 4 hours to build. But I'm trying to get it to the point where it's semi-usable for agents. Really, Holland, what I'm hoping to do is give this to VAs, and we're using this to train our VAs on our commercial processes. So, section one, we're teaching them insurance basics or like commercial insurance foundations. Section two is completing accord forms 125, 126, 127, 130, 140. Those are the five we're starting on. And then section three is certificates of insurance. So I'm trying to have all these tools done. But I'd love any opinions on what else could be added.
So my recommendation, like with the compliance, a lot of my VAs, and of course, I have Ray. He's fantastic. They want to know why. He wants to know why, how, and why, the whys and everything. They want to learn.
Mm-hmm.
So giving them a reason why is a big thing there, but also how to address where it's not in compliance. Give them
Right.
statements that they can use as well. And one big thing is the use of disclosures. If the insured sends us a contract, what disclosures they recommend putting when they respond to clients.
Right.
Would be very helpful here. Like we have a certain disclosure that we put, they'll send us a full contract that we're not supposed to look at anything except for insurance requirements. So we have to put, we specifically looked at this page, this section, and stuff like that. We recommend you contacting a lawyer.
Right.
We are not an attorney. If you put stuff like that built in there that they could utilize when going through the compliance, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Because I'll get a 300-page contract. Do you think I'm looking through all of it? And sometimes there's insurance terms
scattered
throughout the entire contract.
Yeah.
But that's why we say, I only looked at this page, this section, this number. If there's other insurance any other insurance throughout the rest of this contract, please make sure you let me know. But according to this page, this is what I'm seeing.
Right. 100%.
And then if you put in things like this, that, for instance, and Joyce, this might help you too, with what you're going through. People don't realize you can't put certain terminology or check off certain boxes based off a certain, like if they have blanket additional insured and waiver of subrogation, you are not to check those boxes that are next to the lines of coverage in the middle sections, unless they are specifically named and endorsed to the policies. And some people will come back to you, oh, you got to check these boxes. Oh, no, I'm not. You are not specifically named on the policy as an additional insured and waiver of subrogation. I can put it in the description, but so things like that, if you could incorporate that on there so that they know to, not to check those boxes, that would be very helpful, especially for a VA or anything like that, if that makes sense. So that they know how to kind of respond if somebody comes back, oh, these boxes have to be there. No, you have this insured has a blanket waiver of subrogation. Therefore, those boxes cannot be checked since you are not specifically named as an additional insured.
Right.
Or people will put in a contract, we have to be named insured on the policy. No, only the insured can be a named insured. However, we can offer an additional insured. They put stupid stuff in contracts.
100%.
Or to tell the insured, look, you need to have this, we recommend you have this redlined in that contract. This coverage doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's an additional insured. Something like that. If you're building this out, this is fantastic.
I appreciate it. It should have, so that's one of the pieces we're going to have. If you're not in compliance, it's going to tell you why. I don't know why it's not processing right now. Maybe because I still have it in test mode. Okay, here we go. Commercial auto coverage is required but not found. Okay, so
Nice.
it didn't read some of this stuff on my COI. So I'll go through and process this. Um, Additional insured endorsement is required, so it needs to add that. But so it's going to show you how you're in compliant. So here's the 5 issues, and then here's the 2 warnings that you need to add. So it at least semi works. Now I got to keep going through and make sure it reads everything properly. But hopefully by the end of the day, I'll have this fairly working. But my whole idea is I know Kara does this, but they charge like $600 a month. And there's some other tools that do this as well that I feel like are expensive. I was like, well, if I could build this and charge like $50 or $100 a month to agencies,
You got a gold mine.
I think so. And I'm not even trying to get rich. It's just, I feel like a bunch of people are screwing over agents. And so if there's tons of tools like this that we can put out pretty cost effectively, that just feeds into our other stuff. So that's what I'm trying to do. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's really like Kara. I don't need all the features of Kara. I don't need it to generate my proposals. AMS can actually generate proposals. I just don't like the way it looks. But I got Copilot, and as long as it doesn't have pertinent information, I can use Copilot. I love Copilot.
right.
And it actually does have Chat GPT built into it too, with my version. So I can put my quotes in there and it'll generate a proposal. I can upload last year's to this year. It'll compare all my renewals to expiring. It does all that for me. Why would I pay for Kara? A
Does
lot of
it
people
make a
don't
pretty
seem to like
looking
the phone
proposal?
service. Yeah,
Okay, that's cool.
it'll put
That's
my
another thing we
logo and
looked at
everything.
because that's so easy. So easy.
Yeah, it compares last year's deck page to the renewal quotes on my agency bill. And I know I think it was Brandon that says he uploads it to Kara overnight, all of them, and then the next day it's all ready. But I work my account on a case-to-case basis with agency bill. It takes Copilot like 2 minutes to review it. I just answer some emails,
Yeah.
you know. So I'm not having that issue, and it'll go all the way through the policy forms and everything
That's
for
cool.
me.
I like
So,
that.
but yeah, I think what you build is great. And if you could even add it in, since you specifically said for VAs, how to respond to the fact that they're not compliant on these
Uh-huh.
and put disclosures, you could even get more money for an extra feature. Yeah,
That's
so do
fair.
like that basic one, but then you can even say, but if you want to add how you can respond to the insured or certificate holders with disclosures, you could even add an extra tier on it. Because a
Right.
lot of people don't know how to respond.
Well, I know for me, when I was brand new in the business, I was getting asked questions. I had no clue because I had some success writing some accounts that I probably had no business writing. And then the CSRs in our agency, they didn't do any type of CE and they also didn't write middle market accounts. So they didn't know either. And so, yeah, anytime we'd get one of those requests, it was a uh-oh moment and we had to go figure it out, or I had to go figure it out. So, um, yeah, I think a lot of agents have no clue when it comes to some of that stuff. So yeah, AI is great at that. That is what it's best at. So we're trying to build some of that stuff out. I also built insuranceproposalpal.com. Same thing. You upload current policy, new quote, and it compares the two, makes it real pretty, and tells you why somebody should go with your new quote. So, but again, if we can make stuff like that super cheap, I think it just helps agents. Again, I'm not trying to go make a bunch of money off this. It's just, I think the industry has gotten used to kind of getting taken advantage of on some tools. I think some tools are really great. And I think Kara is helping people, but I just think it's too expensive for the average agency.
And I can't even imagine having to set Kara up. That was another reason why I didn't even bother to do the 2-week free trial, is because by the time I would even get it remotely going, the trial would be over. And I don't have time to set that up.
I get that
So,
100%.
I mean, it's just too much. I finally just turned off Adapt API because it was doing great in AMS 360, but once we tried to integrate it through Zapier into Agency Zoom, it caused complete chaos for us.
Right.
And
I know
basically,
that.
it's just a bot that downloads our documents and pulls them in. And let me tell you, the havoc it caused in Agency Zoom, I mean, complete chaos. Setting tasks and entering service tickets and notations. And we don't even know why, because we don't even have Zaps telling it to do that.
Right.
And then I had to learn how to do Zapier with it. That was not an easy thing for me, but I learned how to do it. And there's no Zaps telling it to do what it's doing,
Zapier's not easy. I know that we
which
thought
is a
Brandon was
question.
using Adapt, and he checked and he's been paying for it, but he doesn't use it. So I think he's probably canceling that.
Well, they're almost refusing to cancel me. I've been trying since Monday, sending them emails. Then they all of a sudden got consultants to start contacting me. And I'm like, thanks for having them reach out. I don't have time now. I've been asking you for 2 months
Yeah.
to get a consultant to reach out to me. Y'all yet to do it. Cancel. And now they emailed me today. Well, can we schedule a call to see how we can rectify this? No, cancel. And they won't respond how we can get this canceled and terminate my contract. They're refusing to cancel me. I'm like,
Starting
stop.
to get to that point where you call a credit card company and get it shut off.
Yeah. I'm
So
like, I'm done.
I
I
hate
mean,
that.
and I don't have that many carriers that actually can utilize through them, you know. And they told me that some of the carriers that I have that does work with them, and it doesn't. They found out after everything was said and done, so I still kept it because, whatever.
I get
But
it.
I do have a question. You might know this, Tyler. I'm sorry, we're running over. Somebody told me that there might be a bot. So our homeowners, our dwelling carriers do not use a PL rater, only our auto. It's not worth paying $200+ for a PL rater just for auto.
Yep.
But somebody told me that there might be a bot that can take our information that we have and actually push it into the carriers that we want to quote to.
So there's a tool called Gaia that can super copy and super paste into your carriers. I don't know if you've seen it.
I haven't. I just heard
So,
that anything an individual can do, a bot can do.
yep.
And that
So
includes this.
I'm going to put in the chat Gaia. This one allows you to super copy and super paste data into carriers so that you can quote a lot faster. That's super helpful. That allows you to quote multiple carriers a lot quicker. What you're probably referencing is there's a new tool that came out this week called Claude Bot that can do it, that can operate inside your desktop. A lot of people are setting up. I'm going to put Claude desktop / Claude bot. Those are two tools as well. I have not played with it to the point of running quotes. I know that Elise does for quoting commercial. So if you know Elise in the group, Elise Umana, she may be able to help there. She's really slick when it comes to some of the AI stuff. She may be helpful. She's usually on the calls. I know that
Yeah, she was
today
on
she's
earlier.
okay. She's at Indie Tech right now, but next week, honestly, I'd love to do a call on that. I'll see if she can chat next week and talk through it.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I don't need it for commercial. It's my personal lines,
okay.
recoding all of this stuff. I mean, it's just we're constantly re-inputting data, inputting data over and over again. So if there's a way to have a bot do something so that we're not repetitively over and over and having it input the data.
Yep.
I was just curious,
Okay.
but you are
Yeah.
just a wealth of knowledge, Tyler. I don't know where you fit it all.
I appreciate it. Just trying to learn all this stuff too. So it changes every day.
And just
So,
an idea for maybe one of these meetings is to teach basics on Zapier,
okay.
because one of the integrations that I want to do is Zapier, like through Jot forms and stuff like that, but I'm terrified to even try. We have Jot forms, but
Uh-huh.
now I want to see about getting them integrated into where they can input the data into Agency Zoom, but I'm terrified to even think about it.
I can help you there. I've built a lot of Zapier integrations. I would also potentially have you look at another tool called N8N. I don't know if you've heard it. The letter N, the number 8, the letter
Yeah.
N. N8N is very similar to Zapier, but it has a lot more AI integrations, as well as it gives you the ability to self-host it. I currently pay like $800 a year for Zapier. N8N, you can get it for like $25 a month, where it's not charging you extra for usage. And it has a lot more integrations. So I could help you set some of that stuff up, because all you need is read the job form, upload it into Agency Zoom, add the proper tags, send it to the right pipeline. It's pretty simple. So I could help you set all that stuff up. And you could also trigger automations where as soon as a job form is completed, it would send you an email saying, hey, you have a new lead, go check it out. Or whatever it is, sends an email to the client. Thanks for filling out this form. Here's a little bit of information about our agency with a short video from you, stuff like that. Um, we could integrate one of your Zaps and Jot forms in like an hour. So if you want, connect me via email with your automations research person, and I can just show her how to build all that.
Okay. Yeah, because Adopt API, we did an annual subscription with Zapier. So now we're not even going to be using it. So I might as well put it to its full potential.
I get it. I'll help her build the first few, and then that'll be done. And then if you need to do it again, just call me. You got my number, and I can come help.
Well,
So,
we do things simultaneously together.
okay. Yeah. No, that's
That
perfect.
way,
We'll record
because
the
she might
call
not,
too.
she's not a full IT person.
Okay.
She just does research and stuff like that. So sometimes we have to go hand in hand on stuff.
Okay.
No,
that's perfect.
So yeah, we can schedule something together. But
Okay. Cool. Well,
yeah, I did all the Zapier ones myself.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
anyways.
Awesome. Well,
Thank you.
let me know if y'all need anything in between next week. I appreciate y'all. And yeah,